Have you ever questioned Marian devotion? What is appropriate? What is not appropriate? I find that a key element for an appropriate devotion to Mary is balance. On the one hand, a student asked me years ago during a Christian ethics class why we Catholics worshiped Mary when in the scriptures Jesus pushed her away when she came to see him with his brothers. I felt sad at her misunderstanding and explained that Jesus was not pushing her away, but using her to teach us a lesson on discipleship. What Jesus was saying was that we could be closer to him spiritually by listening to his word and keeping it than his own mother was to him physically by giving birth to him. He was actually honoring her. At the other end of the spectrum, there are at least 4 persons of all ages in our diocese who claim to be visionaries. Apparitions are said to be happening in numerous communities, and some people have been to Medjugorje from 6 to 8 times. What are we to make of this devotional fervor? There has been criticism over the years of Marian devotion, and devotional prayer in general is non-essential to the faith, or worse, as a harmful distraction to it. It is argued that Christ, the Word, and the Eucharist are what is essential, and that the object of our intimacy should be Jesus, not Mary. To put it simply, we should not be substituting devotions for Scripture or the Eucharist, nor saying the Rosary in their place. Cardinal Bertone reflects on the role of Mariology and the caution used by the Church in analyzing reportedly supernatural occurrences. The criterion for discernment of the truth of private revelation is its orientation to Christ and the Gospel, he explains. And he adds that once this has been established, one can then look to other important elements such as popular piety and religious practice. Cardinal Bertone noted that we need to avoid the danger of a church of apparitions, distrustful of the church's hierarchy, he said. Now, this critique is essentially correct and was needed especially at the time of the Reformation and again at the Second Vatican Council. It is easy for devotional life and spiritual enthusiasm to lose its balance and drift away from essentials. This is the danger with every romance. Its very power to inflame the heart makes it a powerful narcotic that easily becomes an end in itself. Yet it also has the power to transform life. In a manner of speaking, Marian devotions are the mysticism of the poor. In relating to her, countless people have wonderfully appropriated to themselves deep, essential truths about God's person, presence, compassion, and providence. They know and they taste God's love through the relationship to Mary. Finding Mary once again as our spiritual mother can be a key to nourishing the essentials of our faith. The key is balance. We need both the essentials of Christ, the Word, and the Eucharist, like meat and potatoes to a meal. But a meal without the trimmings and dessert is lacking something. In the same way, the essentials of our faith don't necessarily satisfy all our faith needs, particularly those of the heart. What the devotional life adds to the essentials is romantic, emotional fire. And in the end, the key to an appropriate devotion to Mary is balance between the essentials of faith and the warmth of devotions that, in Mary's own words, encourage us to focus on Jesus and do all that he tells us.